Tade's love for reading and literature was further encouraged by his literature teacher, who also happened to be his father.
He loved to watch me read my own books and read whatever I was able to read there. I'm sure that must have been how he got the inspiration to pour more into books, because he's taken it far above what I tried to make him to do then. It was the age of flame trees, their implacable beauty claiming more surface than the sand. Lavish sunlight daubed each petal with pigment from stars. A fruity blanket perfumed Sudan made a galaxy of delight. It was the age of the rose called by many names.
Tade's style of poetry is unique. He loves the outdoors, and a lot of his works dwell on nature, history, and geography.
I am inspired to write to show life as it is, life as it could be. I am inspired to write from everyday occurrences, stories that will otherwise go forgotten if nobody reduced them into writing. Man no fit cry, man try, man no fit stop. Man eyes be like busy river, plenty pain, man no fit cry.
In 2005, Tade's love for nature and the outdoors propelled him to make a first attempt at nature poetry with the Rain Fardell.
I'm drawn to nature, obviously. I'm drawn to geography, specifically. I have been studying migrations, for example. Why is it that Africans are the ones always moving into Europe? Nigerians, Nigerians, Ghanaians, Somalians, Chadians will cross the Sahara to make it into Europe. Why is it always that way? Why not the other way? I'm drawn to those questions, and I think poetry is a good way of exploring why.
In 2012, 7 years after releasing The Rain Fardell, Tade released the Sahara Testaments, an intimate exploration of life in the Sahara Desert.
People hardly ever bother to think about what the Sahara means. Now, the temptation is to think that this is just waste space. It's not true. Not many people knew that in the past, even as recently as 10,000 years ago, those places had rhinoceros, hippopotamus, all those things. How did human beings or nature create that huge expanse of sand in just 10,000 years? The fishwife in a wooden market stall tucks in a franc into a black brassiere, smiles as she hands over the fish. She's tall. I did not ask her name. I wouldn't pit my halting French against our effortless river of Bambara and Market French. That woman was Senegal. This passage is about a woman, a fish seller, a random fish seller that I met, that I encountered. And she was so stately. She was a fish seller, but she had dignity, great dignity. She knew her worth as a human being. She didn't have to say it, you just knew it. She stood for something else, which the poet Senghor wrote about many times in his poetry, about the essence of Africa's humanity, the plural nature of Africa's humanity, and the fact that no matter how humble the individual may be, from that individual, you can populate the entire continent with hope, with dignity. It doesn't cost much. It's just honesty about whatever it is you do. In this case, selling fish.
In 2013, out of over 215 entries, the Sahara Testament emerged winner of the Nigeria Prize for Literature. The prize came with the biggest purse on the African continent, $100,000 US. For Tade, the win came as a huge surprise.
I think it's the toughest year as far as poetry is concerned because of the quality of entries. We had really great entries, not good entries, great entries. And this book emerged. It's almost unbelievable. You have to stop and think about what that means. So it means for me a challenge. It means I can't write a book that falls short of the standard ever again. It's tough because if I took 8 years in all to write this book, I'm tempted to think I might take as long to write the next book. But I'll try.
From a small library tucked away in a sleepy village in southwest Nigeria to a place in the annals of history as Nigeria's latest literary sensation, Tade's journey to success has been long and eventful, but he never forgets where it all started and what remains to be done.
My goal is dual. Is to try to remind us of history, sometimes our prehistory, and also to remind us of our prospects, our future, which I believe is great. I won't leave any other place. I like holidaying in Europe, abroad, in Asia, but really, this is the place I'd rather be.
Molara Wood is the author of Indigo, a collection of short stories. We caught up with her to discuss her works, her new book, and a few things personal. The interview is courtesy of the Arcade Arts and Book Festival. Please stay tuned.